Welcome back to the Brother Sports Podcast. This is episode 16 here with Ryland.
Yep. What's up, everyone? If you guys do like gaming, you guys can check out our other podcast, Two Brothers Game Podcast, where we talk about a whole bunch of different gaming news and stuff like that. If you guys do like gaming and just video games in general, you can go check that out.
Yeah.
Just put that out there.
Yeah. All right. So we have a report that LeBron James and Anthony Davis both want the Lakers to make a trade or two by the deadline.
Knowing Rob Pelinka, that won't happen.
It definitely won't happen. Rob Pelinka is trash.
Terrible. Yeah. But with just over 2 weeks before, the NBA trade line, there is a growing anxiety and impatience when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, possibly making a trade in order to improve their roster. They haven't improved their roster in 2 years, so they're not.
They traded D'Lo last month. They traded D'Lo. But we got Dorian Finney-Smith, which is kind of washed too. So, I mean, did it really improve the roster? I think it improved the roster losing D'Lo, but still not good.
But it says here, while they have an unimpressive 23-18 record at the moment under head coach J.J. Redick, and are seemingly stuck in a sixth place, in the Western Conference, they're always around that margin. Because every year they're in the middle of the conference.
7 to 10, like they always play in the play-in tournament. Like if they would stay in 6, that would be fine. They'd keep them out of the play-in tournament and guarantee them a spot in the playoffs. But we'll see how that plays out for the rest of the season.
Yeah. But LeBron James and Anthony Davis both playing at, superstar levels, like always normally. Especially LeBron, He's 40 years old, dunking on people just casually now.
Who did he dunk on a couple of games ago?
I know he dunked on someone on the Wizards.
Yeah, Valanciunas.
Yeah, Valanciunas, yeah.
Yep.
Imagine being one of the best defenders in the NBA. Getting up by LeBron James.
Yeah, at 40 years old.
Yep. You need to get that checked out. But, LeBron and AD are anxious because they want to start like a rebuilding process.
I mean,
because the Lakers are trash.
They are trash, man. Like their roster's awful. Besides, obviously, LeBron, AD, Austin Reeves, and
Austin Reeves is still inconsistent. He's young. Connect is one of our best scorers, and he's
a rookie. Like I would keep them 4. Everybody else can go.
Yeah.
Except Bronny.
Jared Vanderbilt's supposed to come back.
Yeah, he's washed though.
We'll see how that affects the roster, but it's still
washed.
Not gonna.
He's washed. It's not gonna affect anything.
He's washed. I know. But some Lakers fans they want the roster to get blown up, and they want them to start a rebuilding process, how like the Nets are doing and crap like that.
I don't understand why Rob Pelinka doesn't see that this roster is complete garbage and wants to shake it up a little bit.
I don't know why he even switched the roster to begin with. It was stupid.
It was so good back in 2020.
Had a perfect lineup. They all complement each other's games perfectly.
Perfect, man.
When it comes from the 1 to the 5, just bam, they just
perfect. And the bench was deep, so good.
Oh yeah. But it says here, but a strong argument could be made that it simply needs a couple more, viable rotation players to make it run. Well, let's get those players.
Let's get them. Like, what are we waiting on?
Come on, what are we?
You can trade all of your trash players, except for those 4 that I mentioned, and get somebody decent.
You could trade Bronny.
If you have to, trade Bronny.
If you have to, trade Bronny. And Bronny's the GOAT. He's better than Gabe Vincent. I don't know why JJ doesn't play him.
He's
better than Gabe Vincent. I get it, but Bronny plays D.
Yeah.
Gabe Vincent can't. He can't play defense at all. At least Bronny would be help on defense.
That's true.
Yeah. Now Bronny is not going to be much help on offense. He's still trying to get used to everything.
Right.
But defense, he can get you there.
Gabe Vincent, dude, he needs to. He can't
Quit
even
running
score, so
laps,
he's not
man.
even helping us on offense. So
He
he's
needs to
just
quit
out
running
there. At
laps and do something.
this point, he's just out there.
It says here that is the one reason why James and Davis are anxious for management to do something because they have no help.
None.
Again, their third best store is Austin Reeves, and he's still inconsistent, but not as much. He's starting to turn around and get obviously way better.
He's doing better, but still not completely there yet.
He did get a career high not too long, like a few games ago. So.
Yeah, I think it was against
he's
the
really
Wizards.
he's starting. Yeah, he's starting to get up there. He's starting to help more.
Yeah,
but via ESPN, but with the February 6th trade deadline, a little more than 2 weeks away, league sources told ESPN that James and Davis are growing concerned about the Lakers' ability to make significant roster upgrades.
If they don't get something going with the roster, they're not making a deep run in the playoffs. Like, they're not making it to the conference finals without shaking the roster up a little bit.
Yeah, they're not. The only reason they got to the conference finals
year before.
Yeah, the year before was because of LeBron.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, LeBron could still do stuff, but it's hard to, whenever he's the only one that's doing anything.
Plus, you're older, so you don't have as much energy.
He gets gassed easier. Like, while he does play, he's still the best on the court, but like, he still gets tired easier than most.
You can tell because, like, whenever he got that triple-double, he was out. He was gassed. He was asking, like, once he got that last rebound, he's like, "Take me out, JJ."
Yeah, he's like, "Take me
literally."
out.
And then I've seen people like, "Oh, you just stat padding. Oh, stat padding." If you're the GOAT, you're allowed.
Yeah, that's
you can do whatever you want, man. He's been playing in the league for 22 years, longer than
half you guys were born.
Exactly. So there's no point in hating if you don't really watch LeBron play.
Yeah.
But it says here, where's that here? It says here, as I said, the Lakers' ability to make a significant, roster upgrades with their 2 tradable first rounders, wrote Shams. James, a 4-time champion, and Davis, a 1-time champ, have expressed, that they want the franchise to make moves that, contend for a championship. See, people say, "Oh, LeBron doesn't care about winning." What does this tell you?
That's not
like
true.
He wants to win, but he can't. He can't win.
Roster.
He's always wanted to win.
Yeah.
I mean, crap, he made the 10 finals for a reason.
Yeah, not because he didn't want to win.
Not because the East was really that weak either. It's just, compared to the West, it was trash. Because the West has always been really, really good. It's just finally starting to even out now.
Yeah.
It's took forever. The last time the East was really good was back in the 90s when MJ and Pippen and all them were there. That's because the Bulls. Just the Bulls. No one else.
Right.
But it says here, one possible obstacle is the Lakers' desire to acquire players who are young enough to stick around well past James's, tenure with the team. The Lakers have done their due diligence in the trade interests around the league and are open to using their tradable first-round picks for players who are a fit for the iteration of the Davis-James team, as well as for several years to come under, Reddick, sources said. So they want to get younger guys, but younger guys don't always mean better.
Right.
Because besides, LeBron and AD are the only veterans on that team, really.
That are worth a crap.
The rest are young as crap. They don't.
And washed as crap. Except for
young. Gabe Vincent, he's been in the
league.
Wow. But he's trash.
I don't know why he's in the league, man.
I don't know.
Can't
He needs
score.
to
He
go to
can't play
the G.
defense. He needs to
How
go
is Bronny in the G League, but Gabe Vincent isn't?
because he's too old.
That doesn't matter. there's like
He
there
just
was
needs
a
to get
like
out of the league. Yeah,
there's a
Isaiah
guy
Thomas
who
went to the G League after.
there's a whole bunch of like NBA players who went on and off G League their whole
Nate
career.
Robinson did.
Like Gabe Vincent, just go to the G League. I don't care how old you are, you're trash.
I mean, probably go watch there too, though. That's the thing.
Bronny Carey is on it. But yeah, it says here the Los Angeles Lakers, they're focused on obtaining help at the point guard and center positions. Yes, that's obviously what we need because we have a good power forward.
We need some good shooters and then good defenders down low because AD is not a center.
He's a power forward.
Yeah.
And we have LeBron at the power forward, which obviously he can play. He's LeBron. He can do whatever he wants.
He gets bent by centers. AD.
It's sad. Like AD, he doesn't have the muscle mass.
Like Jared Allen always bends him.
Jared Allen. Sabonis and all them. He doesn't have the muscle mass. AD doesn't to go against them. Like he gets bent over by Jokic. Like
big white whale. Like
big old white whale. Like come on, AD. You got big lips. You gotta slap him with your lips or something. Distract him or something.
That's rough.
But it says something about Jerry Vanderbilt here. It says here, while also improving its overall speed and athleticism. In the meantime, the impending return of forward Jerry Vanderbilt, who hasn't played since the midway of last season because of a foot injury, should help somewhat. I don't know about that. We'll see.
I doubt it.
But his ability to defend multiple positions and bring some overall energy and hustle could result in a few extra wins, trade or no trade.
I seriously doubt it.
I don't know about that.
Jared Vanderbilt doesn't seem like the type of guy that's going to turn a team around.
He's not LeBron. But that's all I have on that. There's not really much else to be on that. But yeah, LeBron and AD want the Lakers to make a move, but the Lakers most likely won't make a move because they don't listen to anyone. Rob Pelinka doesn't listen.
He's a piece of crap.
Then people are gonna blame Braun for crap.
Yeah, Rob Pelinka is an awful GM. Awful.
Yeah, people need it. He needs to get fired, honestly.
Yeah, he should. But
he needs to.
All right, we can move on then. Thunder star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scores career high 54 points and win over the Jazz.
So he popped off. He got his career high. How old is he? He's 20,
20. No, I don't.
He's younger than that, actually.
I can tell you.
Like his 20s. Is he like his mid 20s or late 20s?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 26. He's my age.
So I thought, I didn't know you were in the NBA.
I should be. I didn't try, or I would have been.
I didn't go to college.
Yeah. Well, I went to college. Just my college didn't have a basketball team.
Yeah.
Because it was washed.
Yeah, it was washed. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a player you can set, your watch to, despite averaging over 30 points a game. And each of the past 3 seasons, he doesn't get there with a gaudy single game totals. Instead, he does it with a historic consistency. He doesn't just get 30-point games, just casual. Like he gets them like game after game after game, not just like
once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while and stuff like that. But entering Tuesday, Gilgeous-Alexander had never scored more than 45 points. That's kind of crazy to think about because how good of a scorer he is.
Yeah.
Like, actually, you would think he's at least had one 50-point game or something.
You would think.
But he's never scored more than 45. But however, he hasn't been held below 18 points once this season. Every night, Gilgeous-Alexander clocks in, gives the Thunder somewhere near 25 to 45 points a game. And more often than not, that's enough for the victory. But lowly Utah Jazz pushed Gilgeous-Alexander farther on Wednesday. The Jazz are one of the GOAT teams. Forgot.
Yeah, they're so good.
But with both OKC centers sidelined due to injury and bulk of the roster struggling to make threes, the Jazz trailed the Thunder only by 6 entering the fourth quarter. That forced Gilgeous-Alexander to keep scoring, and score he did in the most prolific offensive night of his career to date. Gilgeous-Alexander gave the Thunder a career best 54 points in a 123 to 114 victory against the Jazz. So, Gilgeous-Alexander has now strengthened his MVP case with this game. He got 54 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and he made 3 3-pointers. So that's a really good stat line. And he's a guard too. So.
And that was off of 17 of 35 from the field and 17 of 18 free throws.
Yeah. A really good field goal percentage too. So
yeah,
for that have a game, heck yeah. But this was the first 50-point performance by a Thunder player since Russell Westbrook, and he did it against the Denver Nuggets in April of 2017. And that is a fitting comparison for one important reason. The game winner Westbrook hit at the time expired, a widely considered the moment in which he clinched the 2016-2017 MVP award. Bull. I think he did deserve it, but at the same time, I don't know. There's a lot of good players that year. Just I get it was a guard averaging a triple-double, so it did make sense. But Gilgeous-Alexander is also competing for an MVP, and conveniently enough, he's doing it against a member of the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic has won 3 MVPs. Of the past 4 MVPs, it's been Jokic, Embiid, Jokic, bunch of bull.
Trash.
Yeah. He did not deserve that MVP at all.
No.
How the crap did he even get it?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I don't understand that. He was not the best player in that year at all.
Not even close.
Yeah, I don't know. Jokic or someone else should have got it. Or Shai. Or Luka.
Luka.
So many contenders, man. But it says here. I'm trying to find. Got the talking, so I lost my spot. But it says here. He's going to lead Gilgeous-Alexander in this season's race with a few key areas. Rebounds are a given as Jokic is a center. Assists are likely Jokic as well because, Jokic is averaging a triple-double right now. And he, has a chance to join Westbrook as the only player of the century to average a triple-double across a full season. He's going to pull Westbrook and average a triple-double.
Why?
It's not as impressive, though, as Russell's because, he should be averaging double-digit rebounds easily. He's a center. Even though he's lazy. Thinking about his horses and crap. But, it says here, so if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, wants that MVP, he's going to have to boost a few things, but Jokic is a more efficient scorer. So if Gilgeous-Alexander wants to beat him, scoring volume is going to be an important element So he's going to have to mainly focus on scoring if he's going to want to beat Jokic. That means he's going to
definitely.
He does have a chance because normally the MVP goes off of the team, like success as well, which is dumb.
Yeah,
because it's MVP. Like
whoever's the best
that's
player.
an individual stat. Like LeBron should have like 12, but
yeah, he should, but he don't.
And like Curry, he should have a few more too. Like but that's not how it works, which is dumb.
It is dumb.
But says here at 32 points per game, Gilgeous-Alexander is the NBA's leading scorer this season. His Thunder have been the NBA's best record at 36-7.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Isn't
the Cavs tied?
Yeah, I think they're tied now.
So they're tied right. That's so weird. But yeah, they're tied right now. So I don't know why it says the best record.
Yeah, they're both 36-7. Because the Cavs lost last night to the stupid Rockets by 1
point. They lose to the most weird teams.
I mean, the Rockets are second in the West, but still.
I mean, they lost once to the Celtics.
Yeah.
And the Rockets. Then they lose to the
Celtics are 31-13 though. They've lost 6 more games than the Cavs.
Yeah, they're washed.
Boston fans.
Here comes the hate. Just watch out.
Oh, no.
Boston fans are gonna have a heart attack. But it says here right now, and when it's this close, if few signature moments like Westbrook's game winner back in 2017 can make all the difference. But Gilgeous-Alexander's consistency makes moments like that a rarity. But he's got one on Wednesday, and the process he picked up even more momentum in his MVP campaign. I think he's actually number 1 in MVP right now.
I think so.
Jokic is second. I think Giannis is third, if I'm not mistaken. That's the last time I checked. That was what it was. I'm not sure now.
It's probably still that way.
The same. Yeah, Giannis trying to get his other MVP, his second. Speaking of Giannis, I seen this commercial where it was like Jason Tatum at an airport. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Jason Tatum at the airport is like, "Do you guys have a metal detector?" And he shows off his ring, and then Giannis said, "I have one too. I just don't show it off."
Yeah.
Like basically roasted Tatum for showing off his ring. This is one of the easiest rings to get. One of the easiest playoff runs. Yeah, the Celtics are stacked, but back on.
Yeah.
Injury.
Yeah, Luka was hurt that whole finals.
Yeah. His back was killed. You could tell.
Yeah. He had to get shots in his back before every game in the finals.
Yeah.
But
that's all I have.
Yeah, so the Thunder are actually playing right now. They're playing the Mavs, so I'm watching it while we're recording. So the Mavericks are up by 11, and Shai has 13 in the third quarter, with 1 minute left in the third quarter. He only has 13. He's only shooting 35.7% from the field, so it's kind of an off game for him. But he could always turn around in the fourth, which he might. But as of right now, his team is down by.
Everyone has off games and stuff.
Yeah. So
can't be perfect,
right? But just speaking of him, I was going to give you guys the update of what's going on right now with him, live. So other than that, we don't have any other topics. So we appreciate you guys for listening. Other than our YouTube, which has no content right now, we don't have any other socials besides Instagram.
Yep.
We need to get to the socials, post more, and then post to the YouTube. At least our episodes, like we do our gaming one with just the blank static image with the audio over it. But other than that, just listen to our gaming news podcast if you're into that. It's in the link in the description, wherever you're listening to it on. And then, I think that's it. You got anything around?
Yeah. Just follow our gaming podcast if you do like gaming and stuff like that. And you guys can join our Discord as well. Maybe you guys will join our Discord because our gaming podcast people don't like joining our Discord.
That's true. They don't.
But yeah, you can follow our personal socials and stuff like that too. So yeah, that's all I have.
All right. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you in the next episode.